You're listening to the Couples Cast, episode 14. I'm Johnny.
I'm Melanie, and it's August 7th, 2015.
And, we're on episode 14 now. If you're looking at the title card and what's essentially going to be on your screen for the next hour or so, why it's just one static image, barely no text, if I can put text on it. Currently, right now, everything's is being done on our laptop. My PC is currently in a shop. We're trying to up the quality here by getting an i7 processor put in so that our videos can render faster, our live streams can be streamed at higher quality, and I could stream the higher quality consoles like the PS3, the 360, and the Xbox One, and the Wii U, because I had problems with the Wii U streaming one night. So that's that. I'm trying to get it so that we can start streaming better. And the reason why I want to do that is I'll talk about that later in one of my topics. But how you doing, honey?
I'm doing all right.
Awesome. So we're going to talk about what we've been playing this week, as always. On the mobile front, obviously, I'm still playing Record Keeper, Final Fantasy Record Keeper. They actually announced that they're going to be taking it down for maintenance soon, and they're going to be adding a lot of extra stuff. Apparently now, the special summon, I think they're upgrading it from 2 to 4 per dungeon, which, depending on, people that you follow, can help quite a bit, depending on, if they're high level and what spells they have. Like, right now, my main people I'd like to take in is, I like to take in a level 65 Yuna and the Sending, and it just deals, like, a whole lot of area holy damage.
Okay.
I'm just still doing the dailies, trying to get epic weapons and epic armor. I almost got like 5-star for everyone on my main team anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm slowly starting to play as other people too, because there is a dungeon in 4, where you have to go inside the giant, the giant of Babel, or the Babel giant. I can't remember what, but you have to fight the 4 fiends again, and since they all have different elemental properties and they all combine differently, like you have to stop their attacks differently. You got to go in the very diverse team, and my team's mostly melee because I have a level 50 Cloud, level 65 Tidus, 65 Waka, a 65 Cecil Paladin, and a close to 65 White Mage for healing, obviously. But so I am starting to level up Vivi from 9. Stumbling over what numbers are from. So starting to level up Vivi from 9, giving them some black magic. Has completely overcompassed the black mage I originally had. So there's that. What else have I been playing? Oh, Rare Replay was released on Tuesday.
You've been playing that nonstop.
Well, there's another game I'm going to talk about that I've been playing too. But basically, like 30 Rare games, spanning from the ZX Spectrum and the all those British computers, because back they weren't always called Rare, they were called Ultimate Play the Game. And yeah, their earlier works, I gotta be honest, because I've never played ZX Spectrums or MSX and those personal family computers. They're a little rough around the edges, but once you get into the NES stuff, wow.
That's the magic.
Abuse that rewind feature. I'm currently stuck, though, on the second elevator shaft of Battletoads, because that's the one. It's Rat Race. We have to race the rat down and, blow up the bomb. I've blown up 2 bombs, but I'm on the 3rd one, and it's just, oh, God. Like, I might actually wait for Bootsy's tips and tricks video when it comes out to figure out how you beat that last one.
Oh, he's the friend of the Angry Video Game Nerd, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's the one that can beat most hard games. Like, it's like, oh, here's Silver Surfer. Oh, beat it. And he actually beat Battletoads on his own. Like, he made it to the last level, but died, lost all his continues, so he started a fresh playthrough. Mm-hmm. It was like an hour-long video, but it was great. And then he said, okay, we're starting up a new series where Bootsy's going to, meticulously go through and tell you how to beat each level, like, on the console itself. No emulators, no save states. But yeah, like, as far as NES games go, oh god, so many memories. It's not really easy to go through and, like, be nostalgic, because I actually own most of these games physically. Like, so guy at work was like, do you own most of the games in there? I was like, besides the ZX Spectrum games, like the early stuff, yeah, I pretty much own them all. Like, I just went through the list. I was like, okay, I have RC Pro-Am, I have Snake Rattle and Roll, I have Battletoads, I don't have RC Pro-Am 2 because that's rare. I don't have Copper Triangle because I
Rare
just...
for rare.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it came out during the SNES life cycle, so not a whole lot of people played it.
Yeah, true enough.
I don't have Battletoads Arcade. That wasn't released to anyone, so that's new. Obviously, they skipped over Super Nintendo for reasons, and they go straight to Nintendo 64. So that was the golden age. So you had Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, Blast Corps. If you've never played Blast Corps and you don't have a 64, get this collection because Blast Corps is it's crazy fun. It's great. KI Gold. Now I own every single KI on Xbox. Every time they release something new, I'm just like I own it. Like I own every KI at this point, except for stand-up arcade machines, which will probably never ever happen because those are pretty rare to find.
Yeah, and we have no room for it.
We can make room. I could tear down this wall. And, nah, that's not gonna happen.
You have to own the building, honey.
Trust me, there's some days I feel like buying the building and then kicking out all the tenants and just be like, "You're too loud." It's like you smoke too much weed. Get out. Anyways. So it's a fantastic collection. If you're a fan of Rare, you actually have to own this. Now the key thing is that they keep saying 10,000 gamer score across all 30 games. Kind of a lie. The main Rare replay only has 4,000. The rest come from any game that was after Xbox original. So any 360 game. So we're talking like the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie game that you get in this are the Xbox Live Arcades. Backwards compatible 360 emulation on the Xbox One. That doesn't bother me. Now, when they said it's like, oh, if you play this on the 360, the achievement's already unlocked. And it's like, oh, yeah, that's true. They've already unlocked.
Basically, there any bonus achievements?
No. Except for, like, the spectator stamps that you get on tickets. Because every time you get an achievement, you get a stamp on a ticket. And that unlocks another... rare replay video where it's like the making of, and and they have to put these disclosures up obviously to say that these are the opinions, do not reflect Microsoft, because obviously with all these old games they have to talk about the old console it was on. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64.
Well, yeah.
Like I've heard Nintendo drop so many times on this, it's like, oh, holy crap, it's just like send the royalties to Miyamoto right away. So, and this brings up to the Nintendo point. For all those people that are reviewing the game or have said something on video saying, "Oh man, they should have put GoldenEye on here, and they should have put Donkey Kong Country on there because that's Rare's legacy." If you're trolling, cool, troll all along. But if you weren't sincere about that comment, go fuck yourself. You are stupid. Do you not understand why you can't have GoldenEye? It's an intellectual property of Ian Fleming and MGM. It is technically owned by Activision still. That's when they made GoldenEye Reloaded on the Wii and the other consoles. Obviously, they have to go with Daniel Craig. They can't just reskin the game. No, like that's IP. That's copyright and IP hell there. And Donkey Kong Country, yeah, a Nintendo character is going to appear in a Microsoft game.
Never gonna happen.
Unless Microsoft buys Nintendo, which will never happen because Nintendo has enough money to not have to worry about bankruptcy until like 2037. Because that's how many they made all their money off the Wii U and Wii Sports. So
and the Amiibos.
for the trolls out there. Cool, troll on all day, doesn't matter. But if you were actually sincere and you actually were like generally saying, I want Donkey Kong Country on the Xbox One, go fuck yourself. You are stupid. Anyway, that's what I've been playing. And I went through, actually the other night, listened to the podcast. What I like to do is, like, if I have cleanup achievements to do where it's not story-based and there are collectibles to get, I will... I'll load up like podcast listen to that. So the other night I was listening to podcasts and finished up Saints Row 4 collectibles at least. So got all the Zinyak statues, got all the clusters, got all the text adventures, leveled everything up. I was like, you get level 50 halfway through the campaign on that if you do all the side missions. So next bit is to clean up all the challenges that I didn't get gold medal on, and then just do all the challenges. But I might actually save that. until after I beat the DLC. So I have Enter the Dominatrix to do and How the Saints Save Christmas.
How the Saints Save Christmas?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. Enter the Dominatrix actually was supposed to be the fourth, I think, final. It was definitely the final DLC that was supposed to be released for Saints Row the Third.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think it was David Perry. Maybe it's David Perry. I'm thinking whoever was the head of Shining and creative Earthworm Jim, who came in and was like, trying to clean up THQ, going like, oh my god, you guys are bleeding money. And they're just like, Enter the Dominatrix canceled. All that superhero stuff. We're just gonna make another game. And in my opinion, Saints Row 4 is still wicked. All the superpowers and shit. So
yeah, I seem to be enjoying it a little bit. I started playing it.
Oh, and because even if I didn't buy the Rare Replay, I would still have access to this. But for anyone who bought the Rare Replay, if you download Killer Instinct, the new one, Double Helix / Iron Galaxy, you can play as Rash in a beta form on Killer Instinct.
I knew you were going to put this up.
Yes.
You were...
Like, it's funny. I think Phil Spencer... it's like after they kicked Don Matrick out, and it's just like, you're fucking up this company. What can we do? It's like, tug at people's nostalgic. What are people nostalgic that we own? Battletoads. Like, fucking bring Battletoads back. Phil, go wear a shirt at the Windows conference, and
just cover it up first.
Well, no, he actually at E3 he covered up the Rare logo because they didn't announce the Rare Replay yet
at E3.
Right. But then he unzipped it and it's just like, yeah, we're doing it. And then Rare still got that pirate game that's supposed to be coming out soon. So.
Dar.
Yeah, there's that. I played a little bit with Rash. I will give Iron Galaxy the benefit of the doubt. It is in beta. He's really rough around the edges, but
he still needs a few more tweaks.
Yeah, definitely. His instinct mode is he'll recall the turbo tunnel bike and just slam it in the enemy, kind of like Orchid's Flame Tiger.
It also reminds me of Nightwing's move that he does in the Mortal Kombat.
Injustice?
Yeah, Injustice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he goes back and forth with it.
Yeah,
but with Injustice, those are kind of like X-ray moves.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing like Mortal Kombat 9 or Mortal Kombat X. Yeah, they're more like that. But this is more like it's in like a state. You have like a meter that's under your life meter, and after you activate it by hitting both high kick and high punch. It slowly goes down. So with certain characters, like with Orchid, you can continue it by just hitting HP and HK.
Yeah.
And this is how you do it with Rash. So he's got his morphing abilities too. Like he can morph into a giant boot with spikes. The ram horns.
Yeah, and
all that good stuff.
His punches are over the top.
Yeah. And for something like this, for this game, you kind of need something. You need something to offset that. Like. You look at Mortal Kombat 9, they had Freddy Krueger, a DLC character.
Yeah.
If you had the PS3 version, you had Kratos from God of War in there.
Makes sense.
Mortal Kombat X, we've gotten Freddy and Jason. No, Freddy's not in X. Sorry. Jason and Predator. And you get an alternate skin. You can get an alternate skin for Jax that turns him into Mac.
Oh, no.
Yes. It's
pushing too many pencils?
Yes, that one. You turn him into Dylan. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Not too hard, Johnny.
That's right. Sing point. I kind of rattled off a little bit about what I've been playing. What have you been playing?
I tried a new Facebook game based on the Castle TV show with Nathan Fillion. The lady who voiced Talia in the second last Arkham Asylum game.
Arkham City?
Yeah, Arkham City. I can never pronounce her name.
The voice actress?
Yeah, the voice actress.
I don't know who voiced Talia.
Anyway, well, that's the show that she's in that I remember her from, and I did have her name pronounced correctly once upon a time. Anyway, it's kind of cute. It's just like a little point and click game. Simple. You just look for clues and stuff like that, and you actually get a chance to decorate the whole entire NYPD or.
Is this one of those ones that you bug friends to play? Is it like Candy?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. You need for like certain things to unlock and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't know. My mom would probably like it considering she likes the show too. I haven't watched it in such a long time, but like I'm probably 3 seasons behind, or 2, whichever the case may be. Other things I've been playing is just, well, I was playing Marvel Heroes, and it was like, holy crap. They had unlocked other things for, like, thanks to the Ant-Man movie. They have unlocked a whole bunch, and the Age of Ultron. You have to, at a certain level, you can actually go on and fight Ultron, but you also have to fight a whole bunch of other armies of, like, all sorts of, like, mobsters and the Brood and who God knows what. And all of a sudden, here I am as Winter Soldier. I suddenly get bombarded by a whole bunch of things all at once and that just spawn out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck? Here I am just using the machine guns and like all over the place. I survived 2-3 waves of that things. And I'm like, and all of a sudden, oh shit, I got carpal tunnel. And I'm like, no, I'm about to get killed. Shit, no.
Then Cartman runs over to the counter. Quick, we need Bengay.
And luckily there was a guy with a thing around, and thank you, whoever you are, but thanks. So, anyway, I got out of there, and I'm like,
did he come?
Did I level up or something? I took a look. I didn't even barely get there, and I'm like, oh man, where was I in? And
did the thing come in and go, it's cooperate time?
No, not really. He didn't say that. I don't remember too much. It might have been a thing. It might have been who knows, God knows what. But when Age of Ultron did come out, I did log on the day of that, and I got an extra. Let's see here. I think it was one of the suit skins that from the movie that Tony wears. Like Mark something.
70. I think he's at like 40. I can't remember.
Mark 40 something. Whatever it was, but anyway, I barely started Tony Stark anyway. It was great to have that extra skin, of course, but that was quite fun. I haven't touched Captain or Black Widow in a while. I know I had to get Black Widow up faster, considering some of the gang wants me to at least join them for like clobbering these Skrulls that are disguised as cows, and they move so badly.
It's just like moo.
Exactly, but it's ridiculous.
No, they get the first episode of South Park where the aliens come down like moo. Like they're having conversations. It's like, sorry for turning inside out. That's Gary. It's his first day on the job. He's like, sorry, my bad. Anything else you're playing?
Besides Castleville Legends, no. Okay. I was trying to play Fruit Ninja on my phone, but it crashed my phone, unfortunately. So I'm like, okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to get take Fruit Ninja off, even though it's its 5th year anniversary.
I can't believe that's 5 years old.
Me neither, but
then the thing about it, dude, the Fruit Ninja Connect was like 3 or 4 years old at this point.
Yeah, that's true, but I will admit I do kind of miss doing it on the Connect. But
yeah, it was actually kind of fun.
A lot of fun, and you definitely get quite a good workout.
Yeah, unfortunately, our apartment is not big enough to handle like the 360 Connect. It may handle the Xbox One Connect, but they've pretty much killed the Connect at this point. They're just like, we're no longer selling it with it. We're no longer focusing any attention to it because the goddamn thing didn't work. Voice acting. I've told this before. I think I've told this before several times, but playing Mass Effect 3 and having the Kinect plugged in, I was like, missing shots and guys were hitting me, and I'm like, I swear when I play video games, I was like, shit. And then all of a sudden, Shepard would change to the shotgun. I'm like, not shotgun. I said shit. So it's like the nerd when he was reviewing NES accessories. He had the laser scope. He's like, fire, fuck. You can say anything. Cock, ass, balls, fuck.
I think I remember
Maybe
that.
when we get in a bigger place. Like, the only reason to have an Xbox One Connect is Dance Central Spotlight, if you're into Dance Central at all.
Yeah, that was actually kind of fun, too.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I think we've gone on what we've played long enough. Let's move on to some topics. First off, let me start off with...
your topics first.
Yeah, well, one of mine here. So, what I want to talk about really quickly first is... I mentioned before that we're currently getting our PC upgraded so that we can stream better quality plus stream console games. Because reasons being is that Hitbox TV, which is from the remnants of the Open3G or Open3L, I can't remember the name of the old streaming company, but it's a remnants of that group, starting up a new company, a new streaming service to kind of counter Twitch. Right now, Twitch TV is the largest streaming site for video games everywhere. YouTube is trying to create their own thing. We're going to wait and see what happens. I know right now, this weekend, Rooster Teeth is exclusively using YouTube to stream all of their panel rooms and their live events.
There's not showing up, though.
Well, they are, but they're just saying RTX they're expecting people to go to their site to check the schedule and then know which link to click on. It's really cumbersome. It's really hard to use.
Yeah.
Hopefully a bunch of you are out there and, screen capping and screen recording these things, because knowing Rooster Teeth, they're going to not put this up on their website. They're going to put it behind a paywall. Their sponsorship thing. Anyway, back onto Hitbox. So, they recently, now this is very controversial on both sides, but Hitbox has decided that you no longer have to have X amount of concurrent viewers, X amount of followers to apply for partnership. They have opened up the partnership platform to everyone. So now, as long as you have streamed at least once on Hitbox.tv, you qualify to apply for partnership, for broadcaster partnership. So what this means is, you always could run ads, but you never got any of the revenue share. So it's all revenue sharing. So you can run ads on your stream if you want and reap the benefits of ad revenue sharing. You can get a subscribe button so that people can pay you $4.99 a month for the opportunity. You get the badge, you get the emotes, just like you would on Twitch. Plus, if chat goes into sub-only mode, they have the privilege of chatting and getting rid of spammers and stuff like that. So this is coming to fire from kind of both sides. Now for me, I'm all for this. I can understand how Hitbox TV broadcasters and people that are just solely on Hitbox, who have been fighting and clawing to get their sub buttons, to get their partnership and their ad revenue, they're kind of pissed. I can understand their point of view. One of them, I'm recently following now. Her name's Laura Lana, which I find she's a very fantastic streamer. She's engaged in her chat. She plays games very well, and she's not this new crop of, oh my god, fucking kill me and kill them, bratty little bitches who show their tits and whine and cry on screen, like play League of Legends badly. League of Legends has a really horrible community anyway, so I don't even want to get into that. I'm just saying that they play it, they get trolled by 4chan people, and they pretend to cry so that people will donate and say hurtful things to them. This is a trend I want to die, and I wish one of these companies would take a stance and be like, yeah, you're bringing us in 1,000 viewers, but there are 1,000 viewers that are in the chat right now telling you to go kill yourself, putting swastikas, putting hate in the chat, and you're doing nothing on your end to control it. You're banned. Like, why can't they ban people like that instead of... What's funny about this Hitbox streamer I'm following now, she got banned and kicked off Twitch for obsessive drinking.
What?
How does that happen? Okay, if you go back and watch one of our Mario Party After Darks that we do, I was pissed drunk. I was telling Melanie to fuck off every time she got a hidden block. Of course, I would have done that anyway, because fuck you hidden blocks and fuck you for getting them. But I was drinking like a goddamn sailor, and no one's done anything to that. Is it because I'm small potatoes on Twitch and no one noticed? No one complained? Just like, oh, this guy's drinking a lot. I was like, hell yeah, I'm drinking. What are you going to do about it? My stream.
Yeah, you're home. You don't have to freaking worry.
I have mature audience thing on there, so if you click on it, it's your own fault. But so going back to the partnership thing, I can understand where these people are coming from. They have their own exclusive contracts that they can't go into any detail, obviously, because it is a legally binding contract. Mm-hmm. They can't get into it too much. But basically, like, they have something that's very tight-knit that they have to, I think, from my understanding, and this is just, I'm just, shooting out my ass here. I don't know the full details. But from my understanding is that you have to broadcast at least X amount of days in the week. And you can only broadcast on Hitbox. You cannot multi-stream to like Twitch or Livestream or Ustream or MLG or any other site. Yeah. You are exclusive to Hitbox. But with this ad revenue sharing option now that's being given to everybody, it's less tight-knit. You can multi-stream if you want to, which I will be doing briefly. And once I know that the audience has kind of drifted over from Twitch to Hitbox, I'll probably go Hitbox only. Me and Melanie are both signed up because we've both broadcast on Hitbox, so we're both signed up.
He's doing the testing phase.
I'm at Johnny Chase, hitbox.tv/Johnny Chase. She's at hitbox.tv/Relic Once we get it back up and running, if anybody would like to subscribe, again, it's $4.99. You get emotes, badges, whatnot. Actually, there's a cool thing. You actually get a coupon code for G2A.com, which is a discount store for Steam games. So instead of paying Steam directly, you pay this site, and they give you the Steam key. They caught a little bit of fire with Assassin's Creed Unity a while ago, but they've since made amends for that. So I think a lot of people are starting to come back. But you get a coupon code if you subscribe to a Hitboxer. They give you a coupon code that you can put towards buying a game at discount for Steam. So that's something.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think Twitch does that. I think you sub to your channel on Twitch, you get the badge, you get the emotes, and I think that's it. Unless other people do other stuff like Man vs. Game on Twitch. His chat is sub only all the time because he cannot stand, the guys that spoil the game, the guys that
I don't blame him though.
Yeah, like when you've got like 4,000 to 6,000 people watching you concurrently every day, the chat can get a little messy. So to be in his chat is a privilege. You have to pay for that. And if someone does pay for the sub just to tell him, hey man, X happens to X, he'll just be like, you're banned. Thanks for the $4.99. He still gets the money. And then of course Twitch gets half of it. That's the same thing. So my argument, my stance on this is, with Hitbox doing this opens up the floodgates and wants to bring more people in. Because if you look on Hitbox, there are a lot of people streaming, but not as many as Twitch. And I think Hitbox does a better job of showcasing the smaller groups, because they'll sit there and they'll retweet like people going live, like a lot. And I think they do a better job at that than Twitch ever does. Twitch will always promote the bigger guy. It's just like, hey, Swifter's streaming. It's like, no shit, Swifter's got 11,000 people. What's one or two more people on Twitter that doesn't know who he is? Or, like, I hate throwing people under the bus. I'm just using you as an example. I don't hate on any of them. It's just, I'm using them as an example because they're the more popular ones. They just retweet that more. It's just like, or they tweet out, this sports league's stream is like, we know it's on the front page of your site, and there's like 100,000 people watching it right now. It's not like, why not have a block a day put towards a guy that's like under 10 viewers. It's just like, hey, here's a guy that's under.
Little fella.
Support the little fella. Here's a guy that's under 10 viewers right now. He's currently playing Final Fantasy VIII. Why not go check him out? Go give him a hi. Why not have the main Twitch account, help raid? Raids are always popular. Just like, hey, everyone, I'm done casting. This guy's casting. Go raid him. And then maybe you make a new friend. Or you find someone that's entertaining to you that you want to watch.
Yeah.
Twitch really doesn't do that. So I think with Hitbox doing this, it not only encourages more people to come over and exclusively stream with them, because with Twitch, you need to have at least 500 concurrent viewers, which in this day and age of everyone streaming, and
that's a lot of competition.
Yeah, and unless 4chan raids you and tells you to go fucking kill yourself every day, that's really hard to get honest, genuine people watching your stream. Screwattack.com. Huge website. It's been around for almost 10 years now. When they live stream, can barely break 200 concurrent viewers. Unless they advertise a special event, that's the only time they will break over 200. So as whether it's like the eating challenge with Mega Man X, or whether it's a Mario Party After Dark, they can never ever break that. Or streaming stuff for awareness of SGC, they can never break
charity
200
streams.
in charity streams, which they don't do a whole lot of them anymore, which they really should. Should really get back into that. So, but the thing is, it's like, unless you have X amount of viewers and X amount of followers, and you stream at least 3 times a day, Twitch will not even consider you for partnership. So there's 2 different modes within Twitch. There's partnership, and then there's a subscribe button. So partnership allows you to actually get ad revenue when you run ads, and it gives you a little button on your dashboard so you can run ads. But then once you start applying for a sub button, then that kind of changes. Then you can directly support your streamer of choice by giving them you pay $4.99. Half of that goes to Twitch, half of that goes to the streamer. But in this day and age, when you can't break that threshold, and I've seen so many people like trying so hard to stream on a regular basis and not even break double digits, it hurts me. Like, and I try my best.
Both.
I try my best to retweet everyone that's streaming and be in their streams, but I work a 9 to 5 job. Well,
close enough.
4 to 1 a.m. next week. Jesus Christ, don't even talk about that.
Yeah.
It's so hard to try to do that, and it would be nice if the company could do that. Hitbox does a whole hell of a lot better than Twitch does at the moment. So I think that's a little bit more encouraging. I can understand from people that got the sub button through hard work and dedication how they would be pissed off, and it's right that you and I are getting like the lesser deal. Like, we don't have so many restrictions. I hope they do something to kind of course it, because there's a lot of them that are considering leaving and maybe going back to Twitch, or maybe trying out a different service. At this point, I don't think there's anything bigger than Twitch or Hitbox at the moment. Maybe YouTube, but then again, YouTube has been so stringy on copyrights. But,
no kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, once we get the PC back, we're gonna start getting on regular streaming. Although unfortunately, I was planning to do it during the nights, unless I can get rid of my shift to someone that wants those days off. Like, I want earlier hours, but I'll have to wait and see. That's the problem with me, especially. Like, my shift at work changes every 6 weeks, and it's always something different because I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I've been there for 4 years, and I'm at the bottom of the barrel. It won't change unless
as long as we've been living here, you've been working there.
Unless everyone above me retires or dies or gets fired, and from my place, it's really hard to get fired unless you really, really, really don't give a shit. Yeah, I'll be there for a while. Anyway, kind of going off a little bit here. Yeah. And another thing too with this subscriber. Right now, it's so hard to legitimately become a subscriber to get a sub button on Twitch, unless you're famous. Unless you're YouTube famous, you waltz in and they'll give you everything. It's like, hey, you're not to throw anyone under the bus, but it's like, hey, you're Ray, formerly of Rooster Teeth. Here's a sub button. Here's partnership. Go nuts.
Let us suck your dick.
Yes, let us perform fellatio on you. Would you like to come to TwitchCon? Because we know you can't get into PAX Prime because PAX Prime has been sold out for months. So come to our con where I still think TwitchCon
completely pointless.
Yes, TwitchCon completely pointless. Anyways, I've been rambling on a whole lot about that.
One of the people that we follow, Chatia, she's going. So because she couldn't make it to another convention that she couldn't afford, PAX, she wanted to go there, and she managed to get tickets to that. And I think Man helped her out, or Zeke or somebody, but whatever.
No, she bought them on her own.
On her own, okay.
All right, so I kind of went off on my
do support her and a lot. In her streams are quite entertaining and stuff like that. She's like another guy that I watch, Plexipus. His real name's Martin anyway, but anyway, he says, "I'm not just a streamer, I'm your friend," kind of thing. He's from somewhere in the UK, and he's actually a really nice guy. I don't think he ever listens to the streams like this, but all the best to you, mate.
All right, so I remember quite a bit about Hitbox there. So yeah, if you're a streamer and you want to get the fringe benefits of Twitch, as if you
head over there,
broadcast, then apply, you'll more than likely get it.
Yep.
And you don't have to wait hard for someone to give you a break. You make your own break.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's pick off one of these topics here for you. What would you like to talk about?
Let me think here. How about just the one that you're looking at right now?
Okay. I need to read this out loud because you said this is a surprise. I read the title by mistake. But a Nicki Minaj video game is in the works and she's creative director. Why?
I knew this was going to be interesting.
Okay, not only will Nicki Minaj soon have her own video game featuring her likeness and voice, she'll be providing creative direction, quote unquote, on its production. Following the success of the surprisingly subversive Kim Kardashian Hollywood game, developer Glue has decided to branch out into other celebrity-centric Oh, this is a mobile game, so no one fucking... Who cares? It's a mobile game. I don't care. If it's on mobile, why not? You know, and rent. You know what? If they want to make a game, I think it's going to be called Nicki Minaj Songwriter, where it comes up with one line of a lyric, and you have to make up a word that sounds similar enough to that word, and then make millions of dollars selling it to stupid kids. I'm sorry, if you like Nicki Minaj, you're stupid. Get off of my channel. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. Stop the player right now. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my. Get the fuck out right now. If I had hands, I'd reach through this and throw you out myself. Fuck that bitch. Like that. See, the woman has ass implants. Ass implants. It's like, my butt ain't big enough. Put some shit in it. Make it bigger. Fuck. Okay. I closed this down. Ready Player One? Yeah. Oh, is this,
Yeah, it's gonna be a movie.
It's gonna be a movie? Steven Spielberg adaptation. Okay, here's the thing. I've never read Ready Player One.
Neither have I, but this looks interesting.
Well, give us... Okay, I'm just reading the news thing right now.
This is all from the Mary Sue, by the way.
Yeah.
My favorite geek girl site.
Yeah, I can't... Yeah, there's nothing else on here except that they've got a release date. It's going to be coming out Christmas 2017.
So in 2 years.
So I've got some time
to actually read.
Shoutouts to Luke Perry in The Fifth Element. That was the line from that winner. He's like reading all the stuff. It's just like, so how long is this destroyer going to come? It's 300 years. So I've got some time. Oh, funny that they give... I've said this before. Why the fuck in The Fifth Element did they give Luke Perry top billing? Yeah, I know 90210, but he's in the movie for 2 minutes. He doesn't even get rid of his... Dylan, is that his name? What was his character name in 90210? I can't remember. Put down in the comments.
If you even remember that series,
Dylan
really
and Brendan.
do.
Does that sound right?
Oh.
I don't know. Aaron Spelling TV shows. You gotta love them. Hey, you remember Melrose Place? Every time they start getting into a sex scene, then the electric guitar would start going nuts, playing like it's solo, like.
I don't think I ever watched Melrose Place. Sorry, but.
You know what? Oh, I guess it appealed to more people. Like, I know it was like an evening soap opera, but still, to a young boy that was just discovering girls and watching like Heather Locklear and that other chick. You know, they brought that back. They tried
bringing 90210 back too, and
they succeeded. It lasted at least 4 or 5 seasons. That's a success.
Yeah, Dallas was another one they tried to bring back. I don't know.
They tried bringing back a whole bunch of those old shows. There's a lot
they've been bringing back, and somehow it's actually working.
Yeah, I remember actually, I flipped the channel once to see what this new Melrose Place was like. Heather Locklear was on there, and then there was a girl that they had killed off. Like, she got run over by a car on her wedding day. And, like, then she came back a few episodes later as a ghost, and then she just disappeared. Melrose Place is a weird show. But then I looked at them, and, like, they were the same characters. I was like, wait, didn't you fake your death? And aren't you technically dead? I'm like, why do I remember so much about this show? I know it's the show that kind of brought Alyssa Milano back. Because she got cast as someone's sister. And then it was just like, Alyssa Milano, I remember her. What has she been doing lately? Poison Ivy 2. Oh, Embrace of the Vampire. She kind of goes lesbo in that. Oh, her titties are nice. And then she just disappeared. Oh wait, she was Marion in Double Dragon. She had a bleached blonde buzz cut. I was like, yeah, that's Marion. It's like you don't realize Marion isn't a techno-colored gang member. She gets punched in the baby maker and gets kidnapped. Then she dies in the second one and comes back to life with the power of love. Then I think she died again in 3 for reals. Double Dragon's a weird series.
Yeah, okay.
We should name this episode X is a weird series. Insert title here is a weird series.
Fine.
Miller's Place is weird.
There's a lot of weird soap operas
okay,
back
so
in the day.
you want to talk about a World of Warcraft Legion has just been announced. The newest expansion in the MMO series.
Normally they do it every 2 years, but this is actually the last expansion was actually announced last year and released, wasn't it? Because it's
Warlords
been barely
of Draenor?
a year
Yeah.
from
The Draenor
so
expansion
it's
came
like
out.
my thing is like remember when we were watching it on the No?
Yeah, and the title of it
and
was...
it seemed like that WoW is getting a little too desperate right now. I mean, the fact that they're also putting money into a movie that is coming out in 2018 perhaps, I don't know, maybe. And
did you see the 360 view video that they posted? The 360 trailer, a view on top of a griffin flying over Stormwind.
I did not see it. I've been trying to find anything on World of Warcraft movie since it's been announced.
It's not called World of Warcraft. It's just called Warcraft.
Warcraft.
It's in the World of Warcraft universe.
Of course, I know it's called Warcraft. The thing is, I've been trying to find links to the actual thing, but I've been finding other things that are not exactly related to it. I'm like, this does not look like you get what I mean.
Yeah. I will, after the cast is done, I will load up the 360 video on your phone, because watching it on a laptop or whatnot does not do it justice, because 360 view videos, have you ever seen any one of these in action?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I've been wanting to try that Avengers game that you on the
I think you need the Google Cardboard box for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, as much as I love the idea of trying that out, and like, holy crap, that would be so damn cool.
Yeah. But okay, so basically 360 and the guys at Rooster Teeth does a lot. They just basically take like a bunch of GoPros, record them at the same time, sync them, and somehow render out a video which will wrap around the screen, and you can, if you're on a laptop, you click and hold and drag your mouse around to rotate around. Yeah, I remember
those. Those were quite popular back in the day.
If you're on your phone, it uses the accelerometers, so you rotate the phone around on landscape mode, and you can look all around, just like, rotate it around 360 degrees.
Holy crap!
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And they did this for the Warcraft trailer. Is that you're on top of a griffin flying over Stormwind, and you can rotate and see everything. And then eventually you get up, and then it's just like the clouds part, and this is Warcraft. It's pretty cool.
Oh my god, my eyes are... I'm just looking like I have an anime girl face going crazy, like... I don't know.
Warcraft Senpai, notice me!
Senpai noticed me, yeah, whatever.
Right. So, okay, back to the...
the cap was up to 110.
Remember when it was just 60? You can cap out at 60.
I remember it was at 85.
I remember when you didn't have to pay, when you there was no option to pay to level up. You had to earn that shit.
I missed that shit.
Yeah. There's gonna be a brand new class called the Demon Hunter, which I guess is like a offshoot of the Hunter class, where you can just become demonic.
Actually, it's kind of not quite like that, honey. It's more like a oh god, it's hard to describe. Basically, it's cross from like, oh god, I can't.
From the footage I've seen, there were demons.
I can't quite describe it. You'd have to take a look at the video to yourself.
It says in the article here we're reading, it says it echoes of Death Knight, and it's a hero class designed to start at a high level as opposed to the traditional level 1 for non-hero classes.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like Death Knight. You can switch off to it. In addition to some sweet I-beams, they've been giving what's perhaps the most broken, imbalanced, game-breaking mechanics that the World of Warcraft has ever seen. Double jumping. Now you got no excuse for standing in fire. That's what it says. So, there's going to be a new zone. From my understanding, there's a new area to explore.
I believe it would probably be in the...
revamped PvP system, new dungeons, new raids, and they said that they've been kind of neglecting dungeons and raids for a while, but
they're bringing them back and making them more enjoyable. So.
Now here's the thing with us: we have not played World of Warcraft since we started dating.
Well, actually, I had, but once my PC died, I stopped playing it. So that's like 2 years now.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. Actually, I've been like taking stuff out of her PC to
repair
to help enhance mine because there's still good. I have no idea what exactly is wrong with yours, and it's costing us too much time and money to even think about that. Might sell it off for I don't know. He's the guy I work with seems interested in buying that.
If it gives us more room in the closet.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if you're still into WoW, I mean, this is gonna, insatiate and whatever's that word is. You're gonna get your money's worth, hopefully. I just think that they're expanding it way too much now.
Yeah, and
there's like a ton of dude. Can I say something real quick? My highest level character in that game was 48, a paladin, a human paladin. That's as far as I ever gotten.
Draenei Hunter at around, I think I almost had her at 90.
That would have been the level cap for Cataclysm. That was the last expansion that you bought.
That was the last. Yeah, that was. I never.
And here's the thing with me too. I never bought any expansion. I only played the core game. I only played World of Warcraft. I didn't
vanilla.
Well, vanilla, yes, but I did come back and log in when they made the changes.
Yeah.
Like the Deathwing thing, that affected it no matter if you had the expansion or not.
Yeah.
But I never bought Burning Crusade. I never bought Lich King. I've never bought Cataclysm. Definitely not Pandaren.
Well, I did like the Death Knight thing myself. It was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, too, it's like I engaged in very few dungeons with friends. I just mainly did the side quest. I am like the worst World of Warcraft player ever. It's like I barely did anything. Like I didn't do any endgame shit. I barely did anything. And right now, I'm half tempted to get Final Fantasy 14 because like a lot of my friends are telling me like it's amazing, you'll love it. I'm like, I don't know. Like I was thinking of getting it for PS3 because it'd be easier to play on console. But then they say that eventually all the updates will go to PS4 and PC only, and then PS3 will just be left in the dust. So like, there's no real point. Then again, I am thinking of at least it's free to play DC Universe Online.
I'd like to play that too myself one of these days. I mean, it does sound interesting. I mean, come on, you get to be mentored by the Justice League, and I'm like, oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of updates to stuff, so WWE 2K16 is 2 months away from release, and you'd think with that much time left that 2K would be like, oh shit, we better put out some media for this if we want people to pre-order. I think we already talked about it before with Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator being in the game as the pre-order bonus.
I finally saw it.
I finally showed Melanie the trailer, which it's a shot-for-shot remake of the opening of Terminator 2 when he goes into the bar.
Arnold looks so old.
Yeah, and the thing is, they dubbed his voice from Terminator 2 into that. And then Dean Ambrose is the guy who's like, you forgot to say please, puts the cigar out on his chest, and then grabs his arm, and then of course that's where it stops because you can't show Dean Ambrose with a knife in his back stuck to a pool table.
Well, yeah,
they should have done that, and then they should have had R-Truth come and just be like, that's not PG.
Well, obviously.
Okay, so more information came out on 2K16. So I'm just going to go through some of the points real quick.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the Hall of Fame, so...
Yeah, for mistiming a punch against Triple H. It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Still, I find the time when... let me think here. Let's see here. Hugh Jackman was on there. That was a lot more.
When he because Arnold Schwarzenegger does a backhand, misses, like he punches air, and then Hugh Jackman comes in and really punches Dolph Ziggler. You know, Dolph's he broke his jaw a little bit.
And of course, Dolph was like.
It
was like his proudest moment or something.
Oh fuck it! You get punched by a celebrity on Raw.
And makes the joke that he said, "I didn't realize he actually had adamantium in there."
Adamantium rage. Okay, so over on IGN, obviously,
That's a real geek.
Over on IGN, obviously, because since SmackDown 2, Know Your Role in the original PlayStation, this site has been the site to get your information about 2K games or from WWE games. Because they used to do their SmackDown Tuesdays where they would release a new the entrance and finishing moves to a new character every week.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would go back to that, but okay. One of the biggest things that's going to be happening is that this is the largest playable roster in the WWE video game history.
Okay.
120 unique playable characters.
120.
Now, here's the thing. When they ask 120 unique, okay, so when you say unique, that means you're not counting 10 different versions of Alberto Del Rio. I'm like, what's the difference between this 2011 Alberto Del Rio compared to this one? It's like, well, his types are different, and he's got one move switched off in his right grapple. I'm like, fuck. Like, honestly, like 2K15, they like in their universe mode, they just patch in, they just like up all the fucking wrestlers, and they just put 12 and 13 at the end of them. I was like, what's different between last year's version and this year's version? They all have 5-6 finishing moves or 5-6 moves. Yeah, for anyone that says John Cena has 5 moves of doom, look at every other wrestler besides a heel that's trying to get all of his shit in. They all got 5 moves. Sorry.
Well, it's true.
Okay. What they're saying is that okay, obviously 3 Faces of Foley, Cactus Jack, Dude Love, and Mankind would be 3 different unique characters because they are unique. They, he wrestles somewhat different styles with those 3, and they're unique characters.
Well, he's one hell of a. But
they're saying 90s Triple H and the Triple H of today would be the same. So if they keep true to that, we'll have to wait and see. But they did show some footage of entrances. Finn
Balor.
Pork chop sandwiches. Finn Balor, who is the current NXT champion after defeating Kevin Owens. We'll have to wait until NXT TakeOver Brooklyn to see that. And current WWE champion Seth Rollins had their entrances. I couldn't watch Seth because my laptop decides to shit itself whenever it wants to go to IGN videos. But Finn Balor's entrance, holy shit, it's so cool. Like, it's so cool being in an arena of 200 people when that happens. But imagine when he debuts on Raw and the lights go out and you see the demonic stuff and then that and he does like that entrance, man. Like the live crowd there is gonna eat it up. But the cool thing they said though is that no more loading screens in between entrances, so it's gonna be completely seamless. So it's like Finn Balor comes in, he gets to his corner, and then out starts Seth Rollins music. Seth Rollins comes out, and the cool thing is they're implementing something that has not been in a SmackDown series, but has been in a previous WWE game, interfering a guy's entrance. This was in Raw and Raw 2. So if you were the first guy out, you get to the ring, and then the second guy would come out. You could hit a button, powder out of the ring, run up the ramp, and then start attacking him. That's awesome. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome. And they are now they're saying that the chain wrestling system is going to include more moves, so the right stick to get out of those moves. I really wish that if you leave that option on, that stays as a mainstay, and you can't get out of that until you do the thing, which they kind of do, but there is some ways to circumvent that. But it's got to be like that. Like, I always wish that these games would have a Legends of WrestleMania style, where certain moves would only unlock after you reached a certain tier. So you had a meter that would build up, and you'd have 3 stages. So after you finish the first stage, then you move on to the second stage, and you'd have different moves. So there was a natural progression order of your moves.
Okay.
So it felt more like a real wrestling match, where it's like, I mean, no one, for the sake of suspension of disbelief, nobody goes for the finishing move right at the beginning. Nobody.
Yeah.
Unless you're Brock Lesnar. And you probably had those all stored up and someone put a cheat menu in.
You've been annoying me like all week.
Well, it's just because of the Ronda Rousey fight, and I'm just because I'm comparing
She's
this.
She's the Brock Lesnar of...
No. She's the Undertaker of the UFC, and as soon as someone beats the streak,
probably better.
As soon as someone beats Ronda Rousey for the bantamweight belt, I'm gonna see a ton of "the streak is over" memes, and the black guy is like with the face, and then I'm waiting for someone to Photoshop Paul Heyman next to the woman who beats Ronda Rousey. Anyway,
she's the one who beat Stephanie
at WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania,
and had a Vegeta shirt.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Some people were just like telling Shark Robot, send her "I'm the Hype" shirt.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that was from Team 4 Star.
It is. Yeah, Shark Robot. They sell Team 4 Star shirts.
I do admit what she did was awesome.
Yeah. So let's see. They said they're working on reversals. They're gonna do a major reverse mid move. It'll cost 2 reversal stocks, but the effects may be match changing, debuffing your opponent in a variety of possible ways and giving you time to really turn things around. That's actually pretty good, because if you get like those kids online that just figure out, oh, if I keep doing the running knee stomp, you can't escape. I hate those kids.
Apparently, it says down there it's the online has been overhauled.
Yeah, overhauled. As in, it doesn't like a shit, and I can't. It's not just a fucking counterfest. Like, I swear, like you've seen in my achievement horror video, there are times where all you're doing is watching 2 people pull the right trigger, waiting for one guy to attack and one guy to defend. Like, if they are going to be putting a ranking system, like I said, when you have fighting games that demand lag-free, frame counting, if your online sucks, it is automatically abandoned. Like, I had to play so much online, and thankfully, thanks to the major, shoutouts to you for helping me get 50 ranked wins. I ended up getting 37 on my own, but it was going to take me forever to get another one legit, because I kept having to use Roman Reigns and running moves so that it's less easy to counter. Okay, final moves, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But my career's back, and this time they said it's going a lot further, all the way to gaining admission to the WWE Hall of Fame. Hopefully that means that as soon as you win the WWE title, it's not game over, and you quote unquote retire, and then come back 15 years later to put over a young guy. That's how my career ends. And the shitty thing about my career is that as soon as you left NXT, you were on Superstars, and Vicky Guerrero kept saying, I have nothing for you. Work a dark match or work another thing for more VC. And that happened way too much. So if they're going to do this thing where it's just like the GM keeps telling you, well, in this case, it's going to be the authority. But if the authority keeps saying, I have nothing for you, go work Superstars, what the fuck am I playing for? Like, I'm not going to be a JTG. I'm not going to work for the company for 9 years and do jack shit and then get fired, Like, make this mode interesting, 2K.
Please.
Missing from last year's game, and finally back in this one. You can create an arena. You can create a title belt. You can create a show. And you can create a diva. Solely missed from last year. I
didn't realize you couldn't.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't notice.
Wow. Like, that was one of the key things. Oh, and bump up the creative slots from 25 to at least 30 so we can have, at least for Screwattack's sake, we can have a true Screwattack Royal Rumble and not have to worry about mixing in other characters.
We're making a man character, a woman character.
Well, that's the whole, they go PG, you can no longer have violent, men can no longer fight women. Yeah. It's kind of shitty, because those are the kind of the fun moments of the Attitude Era, is you watch Bubba Ray put women through tables. And, like, he always goes on credits, it's like, Trish, I give her all the credit in the world. She's the first diva. It's like, yo, put me through a table. It's like, it's gonna hurt. She's like, yeah. WWE Universe, here's a mode that I'm like, why are people still being segregated to Raw and SmackDown? There is no more brand extension, and there is no more singular title. Or there's a singular title now. There's no more 2 world titles. So now for WWE Universe, wrestlers can now be booked for multiple shows. Online's been overhauled. This, I had to pause for a second. This, 1,000 voiceover sound options going backwards at the same time. 3-man commentary team with The King, Cole, and JBL. Oh god, this is gonna suck. Yeah. Listen to it for a little bit, and when it starts to piss you off, turn the commentary team over.
But there would just be an option to have it.
Oh yeah, you can go into the sound options and turn those little shits off.
Really?
Ladder, handicap, and tornado tag team types are added back in finally. So you no longer have just Money in the Bank. You have true ladder matches.
Oh, that's good.
Improve ref and manager AI. Which, yeah, that's definitely needed. Yeah, so 2K16. Not going to be buying it day one. I can tell you that much. And as I said in 2K15, there's really no point in me making achievement horror videos on WWE games anymore because the achievements are pretty much all the same. And I know this one's going to be everything towards the story mode, everything towards universe.
Yeah.
You know, doing the combos and, you know, breaking the tables and shit like that. And then the shitty online where it's just like, here's an achievement for putting up with our shitty online.
It's a pretty long article. It's explaining about, it's like this online, a comic, I believe it's called the Secret Lives of Geek Girls.
Secret Loves.
Secret Loves,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, this says Secret Lives of Geek Girls in the
but
in
right
the URL.
Later, right underneath the caption, it says Secret Loves. So
everyone's drawn like an Archie character, more or less.
Yeah, it's from what I gather, it's across from like the art style. I think it changes after a while because they get other artists involved as well. So it looks quite simplistic. I mean, this is something I was actually gonna try to read a little bit more later on about because it looks to be in like an online comic, I think. From what I see, it's like the Mary Sue exclusive by the looks of it right now, but I'm actually quite curious about it myself. So
let's see here. I'm just reading one of the quick comics in here. It's like it looks like it's talking about a long distance relationship and how he's flown over. It's something called Far Better Than Fiction.
Yeah.
Looks like an interesting read. I'll be honest.
It definitely does look like an interesting read. I mean, there's a lot of girls that do like reading romances, and sometimes it's much better than watching like stupid soaps that are just completely pointless that you swear you want to send an angry letter to the writers and like, hey, how dare you do this to the such and such character? What a lot. I'm like, I'm not watching the show. I'm like, there's like so many soaps on there that some of them you can figure out quickly what's going on, and the other ones are like, what the fuck?
Okay, so it's looking like this is part of a Kickstarter as well.
Yeah.
Trying to get this comic off the ground. So it says The Secret Loves of Geek Girls. So I think Mary Sue fucked up the link for the page.
Exactly.
But yeah, I have to look into this a little bit further. But from what I can see here, it's just I think this is her first run is Better Than Fiction. And it looks like she's like a fan fiction artist, writer.
Probably fan fiction artist and writer by looks of it.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
Okay, we are running a little long on time here, so well, since we don't have any
Questions.
Well, we'll run a little bit longer and talk about the other stuff we want to talk about then. So I want to talk about real quick. Talk about bad timing. As soon as we ended the podcast,
Yesterday,
and I started encoding it.
We were playing.
After we ended the podcast yesterday, and I started encoding it, I look online and my Twitter is exploding, saying "R.I.P. Roddy." I'm like, what? And then I look online and it said Roddy Piper passed away at the age of 61. He died in his sleep from cardiac arrest. He had a heart attack in his sleep. Many of you probably know Roddy most of all of you will know him as a professional wrestler, as an overall entertainer as well. I mean, he's done several movies like John Carpenter's They Live, where he had the famous line, "I have come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." And then Duke Nukem stole that. Basically, he stole all the movies from that. Or stole all the lines from that movie. But he was just like, he was the guy you loved to hate back in the 80s, because, like, you know, he had a mouth that ran a mile. He was the first guy in pro wrestling. He had his own show, the old Piper's Pit. You just sat there and you talk with him, but sometimes he would just do all the talking. I remember watching one where he just had this random jobber on there, and they told him backstage, it's just like, you're going to be interviewing this guy. And he's like, who? He's like, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to talk. And then he kept talking and talking. And he's like, the whole time, I never gave him the mic. And I pulled it back from him. I was like, how in the hell are you? And I pulled back, and he's like, oh, what do you think about this town? Put the mic in front of him, I'd pull it back. I wouldn't let him talk. And that paved the way for, like, a lot of copycat shows, especially in the late 80s, early 90s. There was a ton of them. Shawn Michaels had the Heartbreak Hotel. Paul Bearer and The Undertaker had the Funeral Parlor. Jake Roberts had the Snake Pit.
Funeral Parlor actually was quite creepy, but cool.
Oh, yeah. I got creeped out when Undertaker locked Ultimate Warrior in a coffin, and people were, like, drilling holes because the Ultimate Warrior couldn't breathe. That freaked me out as a kid. I was like, how could Undertaker do that? And then shortly after, that's when Undertaker turned face against Jake Roberts. And Jake Roberts had one, the Snake Pit. And then I was thinking about this today when we were thinking about memories of Roddy Piper, and I'm just thinking about all the stuff all the talk shows that came about.
All the stuff he got away with.
Well, not all. He got away with a lot. Like, blatant racist into Jimmy Snuka is just like, I know you come from the island, so I got you a banana, and you want a coconut? Coconuts are good. And he busted the coconut over his head. That was a real coconut too. And knocked Snuka out. He's just like, oh, but you lucky you knocked me out. I would have fucking killed him. And I was like, I feel bad about the coconut. I really do. I'm just trying to think of the other ones.
It's just the heat of the moment.
Yeah. There was like Carlito's Cabana. Obviously, Jericho's highlight reel. The Cutting Edge with Edge. Miz TV. And actually, they had a Miz TV segment, and he was wearing a Hot Rod shirt. He's just like, this is the second must-see show on WWE, because without Piper's Pit, I would not be here. And he looked up and he's like, thank you, Roddy. A lot more recent fans will know Roddy as being, I can't remember his name on the show, and I'm really bad for not watching the show apparently. I've been told, but I've not watched Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he's been on there quite a few times, because Always Sunny, they're really big wrestling fans apparently on that show. So god damn it. And of course, we were talking earlier about Ronda Rousey. She goes by Rowdy Ronda Rousey, which she started using in MMA and got the official blessing from Piper. Just like, I was like, oh yeah, you could use that. And it was so sad that he died the night before UFC, and she dedicated the fight. I heard that, and then she's like, I'm like, my dad and Roddy Piper have the best seats in the house to watch me defend my belt, and I'm just like, oh fuck, the woman that's fighting her,
jerker.
It was. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so sad. And then like and then I felt bad for the woman. I'm just like, okay, not only are you going to lose, you're going to lose anyway, but you're going to lose even bad, because she's fighting for two dead people at this point. You are fucked. Jesus. And
we did it at the same time. Cool.
34 seconds. She retains the belt. My favorite memories of I will talk real quick about my favorite memories of Roddy. Unfortunately, I never got to see him live and in person at any venue because it was unfortunately beyond my time. By the time I was watching live events at WWE, it was the new generation, quote unquote. The only guy I saw from the 80s that was there was Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. He had a match against, I think Sean Waltman, I think. No, the other guy I remember was Mike Rotunda, IRS. He was still doing that gimmick. And the best recovery from a botch I've ever seen. It was him against Scott Hall, Razor Ramon. After Ramon started pumping up the crowd, IRS kicks the bottom rope, and the whole thing debuckles. So they continue their match with the bottom rope debuckled. And it's like, they weren't doing anything with the bottom rope anyways, who cares? They were having their match while the ring crew was coming in to fix the bottom rope. And I'll never forget it. Ramon won because he tied IRS's tie to the post on the outside. And it was... But I used to go on a tirade. I'm off on a tangent, I should say. Piper was well beyond my time because he had already retired to go to Hollywood, and he made little spurts here in WWE, and then he went to WCW. But the biggest memory I had, or the best memory I have, was watching WrestleMania 19 with the boys, Hogan versus McMahon, both a bloody mess. And then here comes this hooded guy. I'm like, who the fuck's this? And he rips out the hood, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Piper! And that crowd marks out too, and he's like mouthing off to both of them, and he hits Hogan in the head with the lead pipe, tells him to kiss his ass. And then the next night on SmackDown, because he got drafted there, and McMahon goes to shake his hand to thank him for trying to help him in the match. He's like, take down your hand, I hate you too. So going back and forth like that, yeah, that's my. And then him going off script at WrestleMania 21 today is like, who's the baddest guy in the planet? Stone Cold. Bullshit. Loved it. Another mark out moment for me. Okay. I have down here, I was going to talk about the full screen third party matching thing.
We'll save that for another time.
It's long and past. It got resolved. The guys got their thing removed. Of course, you want to argue the issue of fair use. Then again, the guy who whose video was getting flagged, the first one anyway, is because he was using footage from someone who was part with full screen. And to be honest, you can yell fair use all you want, but if that person comes around and says you're using my footage, I'm getting the money from that. Back the fuck away. Well, but apparently, I guess the guys at Full Screen realized that there was a little bit of shit show because some prominent YouTubers and personalities were calling them out. And one thing I just realized that was the Full Screen's kind of the reason why Brundlefloss did not go to SGC this year. And I'm like, what? It's like you have bad blood against Full Screen, therefore you have bad blood against. I don't know. That was the thing, but it got all sorted out. I was kind of on the fence. I was just like, okay. On the one hand, if this guy who got the claim put against him did take footage from somebody else, and that person says, "Hey, that's my footage. I want money," the original content creator who made that footage has every right to do that. He has every right to say it. But what I find is douchey is that they were third party claiming other videos, which may or may not have had stolen footage. I don't know the full story on those ones, but they just started copyright claiming a whole whack of other shit. That's kind of douchey. I kind of agree with the original content creator in Full Screen on the first thing. I've had people taking our footage and done stuff with it. I don't care, because that's promoting us. But like, it's a really gray line. I mean, in this instance, it was just a clip of a full video. So, I mean, you still have the right to claim that. Like, if I wanted to, I could claim that guy's tribute video he did to us, but I won't, because he's not using like huge amounts of clips. If someone was to take our Let's Plays and my Achievement Horror videos, upload to their channel, put ads on it, and make money off of it, then we got a problem. It ends one of two ways. You either give me your channel, so like if your channel gets more views than mine, I say, give me the channel, it's mine, I'm putting my AdSense on it because it's my content. Or I contact Full Screen and I go, this guy is stealing all my shit and uploading it to his channel, claim it, and send the views my way. because that's my content and I have the right to it. But
Pretty much.
that's all I'm going to say on the subject is that he was in his rights to get fair use, or not fair use, to get claims on that, and that guy can yell fair use until the sun comes home. But if the original person comes along and says, no, that's my shit, I'm gonna get the money from it, you can either fight it or back off. Like on some of my stuff, like I've got claims from WWE for footage, I've got claims from Konami for music. I'm like, cool,
I had that problem too. So.
Take the ads. I'm getting the views. People come to my channel. It's fine. Just, I've been backing down a little bit from other stuff, but on the older stuff, like those are stuff I uploaded to Blip when Blip was still around and not dying. Like, it's on its last leg. It's gonna die in 2 weeks, and I know a lot of Channel Austin people are still scrambling right now.
Yeah.
Others are fine because they partner with Screamwave. But let me talk about Xbox at Gamescom, because Gamescom's happening and they're announcing a lot of cool stuff. Like, hey, are you tired of using your phone as a keyboard? Well, guess what? We're going to make a chat pad for your controller now. And a lot of people are just like, well, I don't mind using the keypad because I don't use the keypad functionality all that much.
Or the Xbox app on our phones.
Well, no, that's what I meant, the Xbox app. You use that phone, the app on your phone or tablet, and you're connected to it with Smart Glass. That's fine.
Smart Glass, yeah, exactly.
It's fine. I can use it. Here's something interesting. If you buy Gears of War Ultimate Edition, you get all of the previous games backwards compatible for free. So you get the lower res version of the higher res version game you already bought, plus you get 2, 3, and Judgment, which if you're a gold subscriber, you already own Gears 1, Gears 3, and Gears Judgment. Gears 2 is the only one they have not put on gold yet. If they put this out in September on gold, it's like, what's the point? You already own these games. And if you're a Gears of War fan and you're going back to buy, you're already a Gears of War fan. Gears of War fans are going to be the only ones that buy this game. No, the newcomer to Xbox One is not going to buy Gears of War. It's like, wait, I'm going to pay for a 10-year-old game that's 1080p, 60 frames per second, and you can't tell on the podcast that I'm going back and forth like that little shit from Kids React that I want to punch in the face every time he says the NES is worse than the Xbox One.
That kid does not know classic.
3 letters, kids. DDoS. Nintendo don't get that. Want to talk about real quickly how Dagobot's is dying?
Being replaced.
Yeah. So, disclaimer: I am not a Destiny player. I will never be a Destiny player. The fact that I find that Destiny is the abusive boyfriend in an abusive relationship, and you, the player, are the abusive girlfriend. I shit you not, I've never seen a game that people have bitched about so much on social media that are like, fuck this game, I don't get the drops, it kicks me out of my party, it kicks me out of these dungeons, the dungeons are too hard, the drops aren't random enough, god damn it, damn this game. And then the next night they're playing again with their friends. It's like you show up to work after a night of playing Destiny with a black eye after telling it to fuck off, and it hits you, and you're just like, what happened to you? Like, I fell down some stairs. It's my own fault. Oh, okay. So you still on for Destiny tonight? Yeah. I can't leave him. I can change him. That's my opinion on Destiny and its fan base when they bitch about the game. If you genuinely enjoy the game and you find no problems in its loot system and its no story, cool, all the power to you. But if you actively bash the game on live streams and on Twitter and Facebook and to your friends, and then you come back to it, you have a problem. You need help. You need... I was going to say Chris Hansen, but no, it's not...
No
relation.
They're
well, I guess maybe Destiny has a little bit of molestation in it.
Yeah.
Destiny is molesting you to keep playing with your friends.
Oh, good God.
Why'd you have a seat here? What are you doing? I just came out to play Destiny. Do you realize that this is an abusive relationship? You need an intervention. We all love you, but you need to leave him. He hurts you.
You need to play something else.
He hits you. Okay, Destiny players, you are Jennifer Lopez, and Destiny is Billy Campbell. And if you don't get away from him and get a Ford with a security lock and learn Kung Fu to defend yourself in your own home, he will keep coming for you. and he'll say racial slurs to your Muslim friends. What was the name of that movie? I can't remember. Oh God, Jennifer Lopez abusive relationship. God, what was it?
I don't know.
Post in the comments. Post down what Luke Perry's character was in 90210 and post the name of the movie that Jennifer Lopez was the abusive wife, and then she learned kung fu when Buddy found her, and then he's just like, "This is self-defense. I can kill you. You're in my house."
Is that the one that she got an award for?
No, definitely not. We
Okay.
give an award for that. Yeah, we were
Monster
right.
Ball?
Monsters. No, that's Halle Berry.
Oh, sorry.
And she got the Academy Award for showing her tits.
God, I'd rather watch Halle Berry than Jennifer Lopez. I hate her.
I hate Jennifer Lopez too.
Mom loves her.
Oh, okay. One final thing, and then we can end it because we're going way over time. Last night we went to go see Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Oh, good God.
So good.
It's so good.
good.
It's worth the 2 hours.
Yeah, I find it funny how like these specials are 2 hours when the original DBZ animated specials were like 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 under an hour.
Yeah.
But this was so worth it.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know if this is I'm pretty sure this is before Dragon Ball Super starts in Japan. But this is definitely after Battle of Gods because Whis and Beerus are in this.
Yeah.
Basically, an old buddy soldier of Frieza's decides that they're losing too badly. We need to get Frieza back. So they covertly go to Earth, find Emperor Pilon because him and those two other characters I can't remember from Dragon Ball are finding the Dragon Balls because they're trying to wish themselves back to regular age. And using Shenron, they wish for Frieza to be resurrected. And Shenron gives them all the pieces that apparently Trunks did not vaporize. And they forgot
from there.
And then they the funniest thing is I'm just spoil this little one. They forgot that this new Shenron was the one made by Dende, so they get 2 wishes. So he couldn't think of the second one, and then the dog ninja guy goes like, "I want 1,000,000 Senny." This is what
billion.
Your wish is granted. And so Frieza gets resurrected, and he realizes that if he's going to kill Goku, he needs to train because he admits it to himself. He hasn't had a day of formal training in his life. He's just Frieza. So he's like, what would happen if I ascended to another form? Could I defeat Goku and Vegeta? So yeah, and then it just goes into fight mode like that. Obviously, Goku and Vegeta had their new gear for Super.
Yeah.
Which has their new symbol because they're now under the training of Whis to obtain like new forms of fighting and all that. So,
yeah.
We'll stop it right there. But I think there
was a lot of laughs in there.
Oh yeah, like our theater was packed. We got there. The showtime was at 7, and we got there around 3 o'clock to buy tickets. And she's like, "Good thing you came now because we're almost sold out." I was like, "Really?"
What? That's then again, we don't normally hear.
This is the only showing in our region. Like it was the only showing, and then it's like moving on to other theaters. So it was a full house. A lot of people in Goku and Capsule Corp and Team 4 Star shirts. And me being the troll I was wearing my Superman shirt. I was waiting for someone to notice. I was going to be like, "Hey guys, Superman 2, Goku 0. Even Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku can't beat Superman." And I thought of doing a video, another response to Goku versus Superman 2 on Screwattack. I thought of doing another video because of what happens in this movie. I'm not going to spoil it. I was going to spoil it in the movie, or in the video I'm thinking of making. But we'll see how much longer it takes for my computer to get back. Probably by the time it gets back, it's going to be out of theaters. We're the 8th right now. There's only 2 or 3 more showings of this. And then we wait for the inevitable Blu-ray and DVD release, which should pick up because I don't have Battle of Gods. I just watched it when it was on a free weekend on Xbox, and it's really entertaining because I like Beerus. And I'll spoil one more thing. The guy that resurrects Frieza tells him about kind of what happened. It's that Majin Buu.
8 years.
Yeah, Majin Buu showed up and Goku killed him, and then he's just like, "Oh, Those are the there's two people that my father told me never to directly challenge. One was Majin Buu, and the other one was Lord Beerus. So that's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing I wonder too about Dragon Ball Super. Is the whole premise of the show going to be Goku and Vegeta working together to become as powerful as possible to destroy Beerus, or at least go on his level? Because in Battle of God, spoiler, where it's been out for a while, so you should watch it anyway. Spoiler: Beerus, with as Super Saiyan God, Goku could barely beat him, and Beerus was only using 70% of his power. So you gotta imagine is that they're trying to dethrone him. We'll have to wait and see. But final thoughts on the movie. What'd you think?
I loved it. There was a lot of barrel of laughs in it.
Oh yeah,
in the beginning.
It was freaking like there was a lot of in jokes and a lot like if you were a Dragon Ball fan, you will get a lot of the in jokes and you will laugh your ass off. Me, I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I was actually looking for points for Team 4-Star to make jokes. Like, anytime Piccolo was fighting, I was waiting for, like, the echo wave, like, wow, you're getting pretty good at this. Shut up, Nerl! Basically, I think you could do better. Shut up, Kami! I'm just thinking of 4-Star jokes. Actually, cool enough, I couldn't tell which person he was. I have to IMDb this. But, I remember Team 4-Star was in this movie. Scott, I forget to pronounce his last name, but Kaiser Neko, the editor and voice of Abridged Trunks, is in Resurrection F. If you know who he is, put it down in the comments. I'd love to know. I'll check the IMDb anyway, and I'll refute your comment next week anyway. Yeah, so that's gonna kind of do it on this episode.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got no questions, so we can't really answer them. If you guys want to ask us anything for our Q&A segment, please leave a comment down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and
comment and subscribe,
and all that good stuff.
Oh my god, my voice.
Comment and subscribe.
Thank you.
There you go. What am I opera singing right now?
I'm not gonna ask.
I should go to Floss in Paradise. I got 4 stones inside me.
Kit.
I need it for the 5th element, Supreme Being.
Oh.
God, I love that movie. It's so silly. It's funny watching Bilbo run around with I can't remember Chris Tucker's character from Rush Hour, but and then John McClane and Alice from Resident Evil. And then Dr. Smith shows up. I always love like renaming people. Like I think I got that from Spoonie, the episode he did, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and it's just like. It's Dances with Wolves meets Driving Miss Daisy to take on the evil Sheriff of Nottingham, Hans Gruber.
Oh,
Why,
good
Spoon
Lord,
cousin?
Johnny.
Why not just, it's because it's dull, you twit, it'll hurt more. God, I haven't seen Robin Hood. You don't remember that part? Loxley cuts his cheek and he's like, Loxley, I'll cut your heart out with a spoon. And Kevin Costner's like, let it begin. I'm not even going to attempt an English accent. I'm not going to try anything because I'm Kevin Costner. It's like I'm Jonathan Kent.
Whatever.
We're rambling now. It's the end of the podcast. Remember, leave some questions down. We should probably set up an email, maybe. I think I still have couplescastshow@gmail.com.
Yes, you do.
What is that email address? couplescastshow@gmail.com. Where we'll read your electronic email and give you sarcastic answer. Because that's what you want.
All right.
We're running long. This has been the Couples Cast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely comment about who Luke Perry's character was in Now 2-0. Am I assuming that all TV shows were weird? Like Melrose Place and... What was the other TV show?
Don't ask.
I forget. And name that Jennifer Lopez movie. I almost said Unbreakable, but that's the M. Night Shyamalan Bruce Willis movie. That doesn't involve dead people. God. This is going to bug me. All on IMDb. Leave it down in the comments, and if I check IMDb and check the comments and know I was right, then cool. Anyways, this is a Couples Cast. Signing out. I'm Johnny.
I'm Melanie.
We'll see you
Later.
guys. See you next week.